Skyrim is in ruins, and it's our job to bring it back to life. It's the end of Skyrim as we know it. The elven supremacists known as the Thalmor finally invaded the province. Driven by their hatred of the Nordic people and all their traditions, the elves swept through the land, burning its towns and slaughtering its people. In my last video, we took up arms against the elves, bringing the fight to the cities they now controlled. We defeated the 9 elven generals and reclaimed Skyrim from the Nords. But the land of Skyrim still lies in ruins, and survivors of the Thalmor apocalypse are few and far between, facing the wreckage before us of a land that we had once loved. Our mission is no longer to fight. Now our mission is to live, and to build a world in which Skyrim once again can live too. Welcome to Blackthorn, a once great town outside of Riften that was wiped off the map by the Thalmor invaders. Here on this unassuming plot of land, we are going to build the new capital of civilization. We've traded in our armor and legendary equipment for a simple tunic and pickaxe because it's time to get our hands dirty and get down to work, rebuilding Skyrim. Starting from just a workbench and using the natural resources around us, we're going to build a city from scratch, and it won't be ours to occupy alone. Because as various survivors from across the region finally come out of hiding and realize the Thalmor occupation is over, they'll come looking for civilization too. We'll take them in as farmers and merchants and shopkeepers, whose labors will become the backbone of our new economy. Their contributions will be critical. We'll trade with them to get materials we need for building. And of course, as residents of our new town, they'll have to pay us taxes. Yep, that's right, there's an IRS in Skyrim too, and it's all me. But our quest won't be all fun and games, because the Thalmor aren't giving up yet. In 100 days' time, a party of elves who've been sent to retake Skyrim will wage war against our new town. We'll need to make sure our fortifications are strong, that we have an army of guards to protect us, and that our townspeople are ready to defend themselves against the elves and reclaim their future. Gathering resources, building structures, and building furniture will all take time, and I made a rule that I have to sleep 9 hours each night. So these 100 days could pass pretty quick. For more information on any of the mods used in this video, check the video description. The Thalmor are already on the way, so it's time to begin our quest to rebuild Skyrim. Have you ever wanted to try modding Skyrim for yourself? Or have you ever had a really cool idea for a game or web application, but weren't sure how to make it happen? In today's world where so much professional and creative innovation happens online, knowing how to code is an incredibly versatile skill to have, and today's sponsor, boot.dev, is a great way to get started learning. Boot.dev teaches you to code, and it does it in a fun or even addictive way. By structuring your experience like an RPG, you gain experience by completing programming challenges, get hands-on practice with samples from game development code, and it all works right inside your browser, so you don't need to download any software to your computer. The lessons are quick and to the point, so you won't feel like you're getting bogged down in endless tutorials. And there's a bear wizard named Boots who's willing to help you out of any hard places where you get stuck. In my own experience, I've used a couple other platforms online to learn coding in the past, and I honestly can say that boot.dev is definitely the most fun platform I've used. Head to boot.dev and use my code FB to get 25% off your entire first year on the annual plan. So start leveling up in the programming skill tree today. Equipped with our trusty miner's attire, a pickaxe, and woodcutter's axe, we are ready to head to the Blackthorn workbench and start taking stock of our first building options. This is where we're going to build all of the foundations and exteriors of the buildings. And this clearing is not only going to act as our staging area, but also our campsite. So we go ahead and lay out a bedroll here. Now the first thing we need to do, both for establishing our campsite and for collecting the wood that we're going to need, is to start chopping wood using our woodcutter's axe and our survival powers. As we collect wood, we can store it in neat piles so it doesn't take up so much space in our inventory, and place them around the campsite. So this is how we spend our first few hours, chopping a lot of dead wood and placing it around our campsite. So almost all of the buildings that we're going to have in our town need us to have firewood, and that's a higher quality kind of wood than the dead wood we're able to chop from trees. And so in able to convert it to the higher quality type of wood, first we need to use our dead wood and make a wood chopping block. This lets us convert 5 pieces of dead wood into 2 pieces of premium firewood. So we spend a few more hours chopping wood and cleaning it up at the wood chopping block, and after all of that, we've gathered 6 sticks of firewood, and it looks like even the smallest of the buildings need us to have at least 100. So we're still a bit of a ways away from being able to build the first of our houses. But wood isn't the only material that we're going to need in building our town. We'll also have need of building materials such as nails and hinges, so we'll need to be able to use iron as well. For this, it's critical that we have both a forge and a smelter. Both of these are stations that we'll be able to build at our campsite. So after sleeping at our campsite, on the morning of day 2, we head to the nearby town of Shores Stone. Of course, the town itself is in ruins after the Thalmor takeover, but there are still a few crates lying around with materials that might come in handy in our building process, and the mine is still accessible. So inside the mine, we're able to use our pickaxe to obtain a decent stock of iron ore, and using the smelter, which is still intact, convert it into ingots. Oh hey, there's a fox. Look at him, he's hanging around our town. How would you like to help us build a town? Using the Speak with Animals perk from the speech tree, we're quickly able to tame this little guy and make him our animal companion. Alright, the fox is tamed, and his name is Slink. Okay buddy, let's do this. So with Slink there to provide emotional support and supervision, we return to Shores Stone because there's something else here that's critically important. Shores Stone has a stone quarry. So here we're able to mine and gather the rocks that we'll need in order to build a few things, including our smelter. And after we return to our camp, we lay out some more of the resources that we've gathered so they don't take up too much space clogging up our inventory, including the ingots that we were able to smelt in Shores Stone. Once we've built a smelter and a forge here at our camp, the process of working with iron is going to get a lot easier, so we don't have to travel so much, and time is of the essence here because we are on a countdown. Slightly to the west of our new town, along the river, is a very important spot, because here we're able to mine for clay, and clay is yet another component that we're going to need in building our town. And it's also a necessary component in building our smelter. We also need iron fittings, and those we're not able to craft without already having a forge or at least an anvil. So we cross the river to the fort of Treva's Watch, which is abandoned, but has resources inside that we're able to take. This includes a shovel, iron ingots, leather strips, and most importantly, it has the anvil that we need to craft our iron fittings. So using the iron ingots that we just grabbed, we're able to make some, and we also go ahead and hammer out some nails because those undoubtedly are going to come in handy. And I make 2 quick hinges as well. And we're able to sleep here in Treva's Watch too, which is great because we actually can get a bed as opposed to sleeping on the ground. On day 3, we now have all the materials that we need to place a smelter here at our campsite, which is going to speed up our crafting process considerably. Now all the iron ore that we come across or eventually are purchasing from the merchants in our town, we're able to convert to ingots here on our own. And then it is back to chopping loads and loads of wood and converting it to firewood at our wood chopping block, because we still aren't even close to having the amount that we need to start building the permanent structures of our new town. So we have our smelter complete. The next thing that we need is a blacksmithing forge, so we can make advanced building materials. After lashing together firewood that we've gathered into logs, we can then combine it with iron materials that we've made and the quarry stone that we gathered in Shores Stone to build a blacksmithing forge for our work area. So we should now have all the necessities covered in getting everything that we'll need for starting to build our houses without having to stray too far from our new town. We'll still need to make some trips to Shores Stone because that's the closest stone quarry. Okay, so let's turn to building a house. Our town needs to have houses so we can invite survivors who are passing through to go ahead and move in. And I want to start small. It looks like we only need 100 pieces of firewood to build a citizen house, so that should be doable. So we turn our full attention to the wood chopping grind. This is going to take a while to get everything that we need. And finally, we've obtained the 100 firewood that's needed to build our first house. Okay, let's see where this place is. Not over here, it is over in the corner of our town, it looks like. Okay, great. So we built our first house. And let's see what it's like on the interior. It should be completely empty. Yep. But this looks like a couple rooms. Good, good, good. And there is a bench here allowing us to craft the stuff that's going to go inside the house. And we can also choose to open up the house, adding new citizen inhabitants once we think it is ready. Let's go ahead and build a fireplace though. I have everything I need. Oh, cool. All you have to do is press a button to start the fire there. That's high tech. And it has bedrolls too, so this already kind of works as a shelter. I think that we can open it up, and if we have any survivors who are passing through, they are welcome to move in. And just like clockwork, 2 lovely citizens show up on the porch and make this place their new home. Hello survivors and welcome to our new town. We survived the Thalmor apocalypse, And now we're building, I guess, the new capital of Skyrim. So with our citizen house complete, it's time to return to the wood harvesting grind to get the materials that we need to build a second house. All right, so we have 110. Is that enough wood to build? Yes, it is. We can build, well, okay, those are for like the marketplace. We don't have a market. Oh, no, a follower in a bit. That's not great. Oh, all right, groundskeeper house. Here we go. Oh, that took me some time to build. And yeah, so as we are doing the process of building houses, and it'll apply on the interiors too, time will actually pass as we are building. All right, so here's the new place. Let's go inside. All right, so here's the groundskeeper house, and here's the bench over here. So we already have the materials to build a few things, it looks like, and we could go ahead and mark it so our groundskeeper is able to move in. But let's go ahead and do a little bit of construction here first. Let's give him a wardrobe. Okay, so we got a bedroll, couple wardrobes here. Still have a lot of work to do. So let's try to make it more complete and then invite a groundskeeper to move in. So we now have other survivors here in town, and it feels a little unfair that we're the ones doing all the work to build this town. So maybe we should start asking them to chip in a bit. As rent, like, you know, or taxes.
Need something?
Time to pay your taxes.
Nah, I don't think so.
Well, how about you?
Well,
Do you want to pay the taxes for both of you? Just a coin or two.
no, I don't think so.
Okay, this might become a problem. May need to kick these people out if they're not going to pay their taxes. Let's try again tomorrow. We're able to stack the firewood that we're making into piles and leave them around the campsite for easier storage. Because with all this wood we're hauling around, our inventory is easily becoming over capacity, and that makes us a lot slower. This is a lot of heaps of firewood we're accumulating here, but we need them. These buildings take a lot of wood. All right, it is a new day, time to pay your taxes.
See you again. Nah, I don't think so.
Please, you've got to do it.
Need something?
Come on, guys, you need to pitch
No,
in.
I don't think so.
Rebuilding Skyrim isn't easy. Wonder if there's anything inside that we could take as our taxes. Okay, yeah, well, what they got here? Oh, this is rent. Wait, there's a system of rent in this. Oh, wow, I was not aware of that. Okay, so they actually are pitching in. All right, so we'll take all this coin, and right now it's not especially helpful to have, but after we have shops built and merchants start to move in, we'll be able to rebuild the economy, and using this gold, we'll be able to buy materials to help us continue to build the town. All right, I must apologize to you guys. The rent counts towards your taxation, so I'm sorry, I wasn't aware. So then, of course, we return to chopping wood on our way to building our third house. And after catching a night's sleep at the campsite, it's time to return to our groundskeeper's house. Because if the citizens are going to pitch in the form of rent, we might as well go ahead and mark this house as ready, so we can have a new survivor move in and act as groundskeeper, since that means they'll pay us rent as well. All right, and yeah, here's a chest over here. So our groundskeeper will go ahead and put our rent in there after he moves in, and great. So we can start to build the economy a bit. I'm not sure what grounds he's going to be keeping exactly. There's not a ton of grass, and there's not too much of a road. All right, chop chop, there is work to do. We sleep again, and the next day our groundskeeper is here and ready to get to work. All right, so you are groundskeeper Nico. As long as you pay the rent, you are welcome here. We've accumulated a massive amount of wood at this point, and it's taking up quite a bit of space around our campsite. But my goal at the moment is to build the inn, so that we can really increase the number of survivors we can house here. And to build the inn, we need 400 pieces of firewood. All right, let's see if our groundskeeper is paying his rent. Yes, he is. Excellent. Though I do feel kind of bad we're just making him sleep on the floor. We'll build him a bed eventually. And hey, I'm sleeping on the ground, so... Whew! This is a lot of wood. I'm surprised we still have trees here. All right, so let's gather all of this up, and we should now have enough, if I counted correctly, at least. All right, yes, there's 413. Wow. So let's go ahead and build the inn. And grab up these ingots, because we need to have nails as well. So let's put together a bunch of nails. And yes, it is time to build the inn. It's gonna be pretty cool. Oh, and there it is. Let's check it out. This place is like 3 stories. Oh, and it's got a porch. Lovely. With a fire pit. Great. So we can set up tables and chairs out here. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a party. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is 3 stories. So, okay, so we'll have guests. We'll have a bard. Excellent. So we have a lot of stuff to build. And this is only the first floor. Is this like a performance area? Or maybe it's like a seating area. Oh wow, there are a ton of rooms up here. Great. Oh, well, this one has a bed already. Yeah, and there's a workbench up here, separate from the first floor and the basement. Wow, this is gonna take a long time to build everything. This is super cool though. Now, one component that we need to build some of the things inside the inn are bear pelts. Now, there are a lot of bears around here, and though we've stowed away our armor, we still possess great skill in the voice that we use to kick the Thalmor out of Skyrim, so it's time to break out some of that combat ability and do some hunting. Deer pelts could be useful as materials too, so I stop and gather a hide that we could either keep whole, potentially to use as a rug, or use it at a tanning rack and convert it into leather strips for crafting. The next day, we continue our bear hunt by heading west to Honeystrand Cave, which, as you might assume from the name, is home to bears. All right, let's break out our punching powers. Oh wow, he hits hard. I think we still got this though. Yeah, he's no match for us, the Dragonborn who defeated the Thalmor and pushed them out of Skyrim. All right, let's use Earthquake. This shout was our favorite in our playthrough earlier. And a crit. So even though we don't have our armor on, we still are easily able to take these bears out. Then after we use some iron to craft nails, we can combine a bear pelt, firewood, and nails, and make the countertop that's gonna serve as the bar on the first floor of the inn. Let's go ahead and bring a barkeep in. Maybe I'll wanna drop by sometime and grab a drink. The day afterwards, she's here. Her name is Tamara, and we drop by to see what kind of stuff she has in her inventory now. All right, so this looks pretty typical, like for the barkeeps to have. She has a variety of things, mostly food and drink. So our wood supply is mostly exhausted again at this point after constructing the inn. So it's back to work, chopping wood. All right, I wanna add seating. Let's go ahead and build a shelf. It's pretty easy and we have the materials. Oh, and the fireplace? Yes, let's definitely have that here. All right, here we go. We can have the seating too. Great. Yeah, this is really coming along. It's getting quite cozy. Some place for people to sit there too. And then check out the upstairs. So the upstairs is still completely empty. I can make a few of these things. There's a little shelf here with cloths and such. This is the bathroom? Maybe? Definitely use a toilet though. I feel like that's obvious. All right, let's go to sleep. So we have the option of hiring merchants, but I'm not gonna do that until we have our marketplace constructed, because we have the option of making stalls that they can operate out of. Maybe the blacksmith shop? That could be good to have a smith, because he'd probably have ingots and stuff on sale that we could use to speed up our building process. Hey Nico, what are you doing there? Okay. He's keeping the grounds, literally. It takes us a few days, but we finally have the 250 pieces of wood that we need to build the blacksmith's house, which will also operate as a shop. Ah, I don't have enough nails. Nails, nails, nails. We're gonna need a lot of these. Blacksmith shop, let's do it. All right, this should be the blacksmith's shop then. All right, great, so here is where the forge will be. 2 bedrolls, so maybe blacksmith and apprentice can move in here. There's a lot of stuff to build here too. Wow. Somewhere in here is gonna be a forge. So we actually already have the iron ingots and the wood, so we just need quarried stone for this. So that's gonna take another trip to Shorestone. We do have everything that we need to build the tanning rack and grindstone. And let's just go ahead and burn some more of this on furniture. It's just wood and nails. Then we make our trip to Shorestone and grab some more of Shore's stones. Or is it Shore's stones? Either way, it restocks our quarried stone. Then after sleeping, we have everything that we need to make the forge. And obviously no blacksmith shop is complete without it. I think things are ready. Let's go ahead and invite the blacksmith. Slink, please do not stand on the wood chopping block, or I might accidentally cleave you in two. Great, here are the blacksmiths. Were you sleeping with a piece of bread? Okay, well, I mean, sometimes I sleep with a stuffed animal, so I mean, I guess I'm not one to judge. Now the blacksmithing shop, of course, also needs the armorer's workbench, so we go ahead and construct that too. And we have the firewood and nails that we need to add some extra furnishings. So the shop is really coming along. Okay, what else do we need for the inn? The usual suspects, linen wrap, and the rugs take 10. Okay, linen wraps. How do we obtain those? Oh, I could tear up the clothes I'm wearing to make a few. I like these clothes though. Linen wraps. Can we make them at a tanning rack? So we can make them at a tanning rack using tundra cotton. Huh, okay. Well, tundra cotton's a plant and it grows in Whiterun Hold. So maybe we should make a trip over there. So here we are on the plains of Whiterun. It has been a while. Okay, so we're looking for tundra cotton, and we honestly need a lot of it to make all of the wraps that we need. Hello, I will take your pelt, pretty please, yes? After hours of searching the plains of Whiterun, I decided to call an audible, because tundra cotton just is not as common as I was hoping. So instead we head to the crypt of Dustman's Cairn, because linen wraps can sometimes appear in crypts. And I'm hoping that we'll be able to obtain at least a few here. Well, if we get 10, then we can craft the rugs for the inn. Whoa! Whoa! Jackpot! That's like 8 wraps? Here are 3 more. Okay, I underestimated how many of these there are in like crypts, I guess, because we're just coming across a ton of them. I don't think I've ever been as happy as this to find an item that normally is just trash in Skyrim. But in this playthrough, trash is treasure. This room! That is crazy! Look at all the linen wraps! After our time in the crypt, we've come away with almost 50 linen wraps. Yeah, this was a good choice. This was so much quicker than trying and searching the plains for days. And so we're now able to continue constructing the first floor of the inn, building our tables and chairs and curtains. All right, this place is looking pretty high end. We've got a lot of tables, a lot of seating. These chairs are pretty... These chairs are like upholstered. It's crazy. Now the upstairs is still really empty. I think like the shelf in our bathroom is the only thing we've built up here. So if we're gonna have guests in the inn, which obviously is a goal, I'd like to have the beds constructed first. And to make these, we need straw. Okay. How am I going to find straw? The next day, we decide to see if our blacksmith Hal has straw in his inventory. All right, Hal, what kind of stuff you got here? Lots of ingots. Wow. But he doesn't have straw. He's got a lot of stuff here. He is carrying his weight as a resident of our town already. So we take our hunt for straw to one of the farms outside of Riften. Thalmor killed its inhabitants, so all its resources now are free for us to use, including 12. All right, 12 whole bales of straw. We also go and search for straw in the ruins of Iverstead. And though there is wheat growing here at the farm, I'm unfortunately unable to find straw. So we head to the farms outside of Windhelm instead. Okay, does this have it? Yes, okay, this is straw. We can take 3 bales here. And after converting some of the pelts that we've gathered into leather strips, we now have all the ingredients that we need to build the beds in the upstairs of the inn. Oh, that's huge, huge, huge upgrade. Great, these beds look high quality. Excellent. I think we might almost be at a good place to start inviting some guests here, I would think. Yep, our inn is really coming along. This place is going to be a party central. All right, let's grab a barkeep, and we are prepared. The inn is officially open and operating. So next on our agenda, we decide to focus on building the pelts shop. That could give us a merchant to buy pelts and hides from to save us the time so we don't have to go out and hunt. All right, let's see if we have any patrons at the inn. We do. We got some people coming in now. Hello. Hello, survivors. This Hetfield, and we have Randolph over here. Great. And we have the barkeeper, Dune, cool name. We have guests. We have survivors who wandered in, and I guess they'll sleep upstairs. Sounds good to me. Oh, this guy's not going to sleep upstairs. It seems he's gonna sleep down here. What's he doing? There's no bed in here. Oh, he's just gonna lean up against a wall. I guess it was too noisy upstairs. He wants some quiet time to himself. After 2 more days, spent mostly chopping wood, we're now able to build the pelts shop. Okay, where is this new pelts shop? Okay, it's over here in like the corner of town. It's across from our citizen's house. So we'll have, oh, it'll come with a hunter too. So we can have both a hunter and a merchant here, and they'll be able to sell us pelts of some kinds. So how are you all doing over here? I hope our citizens are enjoying their time here in town. Oh, they have wood. Okay, they have wood out back their house. 41 pieces of firewood, that's a lot. They're not using it, are they? Hey, we've got a lot of building to do here. I need this, and I don't think they do need it as much. Oh, I'm kind of a dictator here, aren't I? Huh. I guess that's not great. We're running low on clay, so we make another trip to the river and refresh our stock. Then we're able to craft some of the interior furnishings of the pelt shop. Oh, Oh, there's a sink with plumbing. How did we do that? Apparently I'm like an engineer too. Great. From our crusade against the Thalmor in our last playthrough, we've acquired quite a bit of gold. So it seems worth it to spend a good chunk of it on iron ingots from Hal's inventory, because that'll save us time not having to mine as much. The next day, we're ready to open up our pelt shop so that a hunter and our pelts merchant can move in. Now I think I want to work on our marketplace so we can have more merchants and really develop the economy here. So each of these stalls, it takes 20 pieces of firewood, which isn't nearly as much as the houses. So let's grab the wood from over here. So we can build all 3 market stalls now. Okay, so here is the marketplace. It's right outside the inn. Seems like a good commercial community hub. We're gonna have 3 stalls here, 3 merchants. Do we have a guy here? Great, this is Slate. He is one of the merchants now. I guess he'll probably stay at the inn. Okay, so he is a general goods merchant. He's got a lot of stuff. Whoa, you have building supply. He has building supplies. Bear pelts, we need that for stuff. Look at the leather, 100 leather. His stock is amazing. Linen wraps, 200 linen wraps. Wow, this quarried stone, he has stone too. Okay, this is crazy. Using a bear pelt and some of the other materials that we still have, we're able to continue developing the pelt shop. Oh, this corner over here is looking pretty cool for crafting. A little bit of firewood outside here, we'll take that. Thank you very much. All right, I'm gonna buy a bunch of linen wraps from Slate here. Like, we have merchants and an economy now, we might as well take advantage of it. And using 10 of those wraps, we're able to make the rugs for the inn, plus tables and chairs that we can put out on the porch. Nice. This is looking like such a good place, even compared to the rest of Skyrim's inns. Though, I mean, I guess that's not comparing to too high a bar. A lot of them are pretty trashy. Then we continue our work upstairs, making clay pots to hold plants, the rug for the bathroom, and the bathroom sink. So at this point, we're ready to hire an innkeeper too, to make the inn completely open and operating. Oh, here's a guest. We have Jade here. Oh, she might be a merchant actually, who's staying here too. Yes, okay, looks like she is our Fletcher. All right, the bathroom's coming along. Still don't have a toilet, which I feel like is pretty essential, but we do have a sink. Wait, how did we get plumbing all the way up here? And a bard! Here is Izzy, the bard, and she is going to entertain all our hundreds, or I guess realistically, tens of patrons. Whoa! Yeah, the inn is already raking in the profits. Yeah! Jamming out over here. Woohoo! Survivor party at the Edgewater Tavern. So I think it's fair to say, civilization is back to Skyrim. We now have a town of survivors. They're pitching in to continue the building process, whether they want to or not, and civilization is returning. So now that the inn is built, it might now be a decent time to turn to building our own house. Because the town of Blackthorn, it does include a manor as well. And we'll be able to sleep there, we'll be able to live there, and it'll be a nice change from sleeping on the ground. 2 days pass, and we now have 261 pieces of firewood, which is just enough to build the exterior of the manor. Oh, it is dark now. That took some time to build, apparently. Let's go check it out tomorrow then. All right, here it is. Hello. Lots of space, as expected. I don't know what this room's gonna be. Oh, this is where we can collect all of the rent. We can do it from our own house. Oh, a floating inkwell. Uh-oh. Is this place haunted? And our shops are doing quite well. Okay, there's a small hole in the world, but nothing that a good contractor can't fix. Okay, and then here's the workbench. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we can build here. Ugh, well, I can already do a lot of it. Wow, this place is really big. And this is just the first floor. I'm guessing there will be a workbench upstairs as well. All right, there is a chest, so we could store things here. However, given how far the house is from the building area, I'm not really sure it would save us that much time, because then we'll have to haul everything from here all the way across town to use it. All right, Slate, how you doing? What you got? 200 pieces of firewood. That would save us so much time. 200 firewood is like 2 whole days of work on our end. Like, we're able to split it up now. We're able to have civilians helping out. This is excellent. So I decided our next objective is to build a farmhouse. Because what town is complete without a cozy farm and family of farmers? Okay, so most of the houses and shops are up at this point, and the farm is up there, it looks like, on top of the hillside. Okay, cool. Great, yeah, and this is a nice a nice cozy farmhouse. We have a lot of things to build, and we have space to have a family who lives here and operates it. So a lot of these things have goat horns as ingredients, and I don't think we have hardly any. And I'm not sure how to get them either. We make a trip to the pelts merchant and buy some of her bear pelts, because bear pelts are continuing to be a necessary ingredient in a lot of the recipes here. Okay, I have the ingredients to make rugs for her shop too. So that is a great way to thank her, especially considering we're taking all her profits right now. Yeah, her house is looking pretty nice, though we still don't have beds for her yet. All right, Slate, I'm taking your hay. Thank you very much. Whew. We are overencumbered again, though. We might be overencumbered a lot in the near future. All right, I'm gonna drop a bunch of the straw here, so I don't have to haul around as much and we can move around quicker. Oh, hi, here's our hunter. Hello, hunter. Then we return to the farmhouse and continue on the construction work for the interior. If we're gonna invite a family of farmers to live here, we wanna make sure it's nice and cozy for them. All right, I'm gonna make a bunch of furnishings here too. Let's go counter, let's make a rug. Chairs are important, chairs, yep. Let's do some curtains so the cows can't spy on the farmers while they're sleeping. And soon we'll invite some of the survivors who pass our way to move in and work the farm. All right, so let's turn our attention to the blacksmith shop. Oh, our blacksmiths do not have beds yet, so let's go ahead and build those. Let's go ahead and build them a wardrobe. Now we're like out of wood pretty much. Time to restock. Hello, people of the inn. Nice, we have quite the crowd in the inn here. I mean, there aren't a lot of choices as far as commercial establishments to go to in town, so it makes sense that people would gather here. So we still have the basement to work on here. It's gonna have a kitchen, it looks like, and a chef. So let's go and build a kitchen, counter, build a sink. Okay, coming along nicely. We're gonna have food storage here. Again, we have a sink. Next day, we return to the basement of the inn and continue to take stock of the recipes we have yet to craft. These have goat horns. I don't know how to get those. All right, the fireplace I can do. We're pretty close. Do you have wood here? No, this stock is empty still. All right, let's find some more wood. All right, here, we got fireplace, wardrobe, cupboards. Great. Well, this is looking pretty good for a chef to start work here. Let's go ahead and invite a chef.
Good to see you again, friend.
You too, groundskeeper. You've done a great job keeping the grounds. Like, here are the grounds, we still have them. We make another shopping trip to Slate to buy another 200 logs of firewood after he restocks. Buying all this wood from him is saving us a lot of time from having to spend days upon end chopping wood for ourselves. And in fact, we now have enough to build another shop. Let's make a bookstore. That sounds interesting. And so our villagers will have a source of entertainment. Oh, it's right here. It's next to the building area. Convenient, I guess, for when we want to take a break and open a book. Oh, excuse me, the shop is closed. Don't know what you're doing here. And there's a basement too. We need to increase our stock of leather strips at this point. So we make another trip to the pelts merchant.
Nice.
She has plenty of leather on sale, and we're able to use the tanning rack ourselves and cut it down to strips. And using those strips, we're able to continue constructing features for the upstairs of the inn, including desks for our guests to use. This takes a bunch of goat horns again. Almost everything here has goat horns that we have yet to build. All right, I'm over encumbered, so let's do a nice slow stroll through the inn. Take in the ambiance. Pelts merchant, hello again. I'm making a lot of trips to her. She is a very important merchant for us to have. All right, so you have goat hides. Do you have goat horns? No, she doesn't have goat horns. I don't know if I'll be able to get these.
See ya.
We might just need to leave some things incomplete if they have goat horns as an ingredient. Then we return to the bookstore, and using materials including straw and linen wraps that we bought at the marketplace, we're able to build the bed and the desk for our librarian to have. 2 days later, we're able to build the alchemy shop. Okay, now where is this place? Oh, quite a crowd out here in front of the inn, nice. Oh, look at our porch. This is so cozy.
You've been a good friend to me. That means something.
You too, Hetfield, I guess. Here are the farmers. Good. Here's Farmer Karen. Great name. And we have Sam and Christopher. So they are going to be owning and operating the farm. Where is the alchemy shop? This is the smith. Then this is empty. It's not showing up on here either. Though maybe that's just because I haven't found it yet. All right, maybe tomorrow we'll be able to find it. We can now turn our attention to building the dock. It only takes 50 pieces of wood, so it's not too long until we're able to craft it. Aha, here it is. So it's right along the river here. Great. This is in the back of our house too, our manor. Oh, that's nice. Oh, this is so cozy. So once we moved into the house, I guess we could have our breakfast out here. Here is the alchemy shop. It's right on the main street. How did I miss this? Okay, so there are quite a few things that we can do in here too. Let's go and build cupboards. And having a place to grow crops is obviously super important because our alchemist will need a place to grow plants. Then we make another trip to Slate in the marketplace and buy a ton of his construction materials. It definitely makes us over encumbered, but it's worth it for speeding up how quickly we're able to obtain everything, especially firewood and quarried stone. And using this large amount of quarried stone, we're able to build the mine. And we still have enough left over to build a well in the middle of our marketplace. All right, so the mine's over here. And it too has a workbench, of course. So we're going to have people who work as miners. So we need to make places for them to sleep. So we'll need to build their quarters. So let's check out the interior. Okay, there's a lot of ore, it looks like here. And there are different types of ore. Oh, wow. This mine might have like all types of ore here. Quicksilver, there's ebony. Wow. Yeah, this place has a lot of layers to it. It's kind of a labyrinth. All right, and here are the quarters. So our miners are gonna sleep here. Very cool. Then we add some of the mine's furnishings at the workbench outside. We almost have all of our houses constructed at this point. But one of the ones that we have left probably is one of the most important too. It's the barracks where our guards are going to sleep. Having guards who patrol the town and keep our citizens safe will be critical, especially considering there is a party of Thalmor who are on the way to try and seize our town. We can also make the followers' barracks, where our players' companions would sleep, if we had any. I was hoping this would be the ruined house across the street there. Unfortunately, it's not, so I think I need some of this Dwemer scrap to build a couple things. So I'll go ahead and take a few of these. Then we're able to progress the outfitting of our alchemist's house to the point where it's ready for our alchemist to move in and open up her shop. Okay, our groundskeeper, he's been here a while. He's loyal and true. I should really improve his house. Go ahead and make a few more of the recipes in here. He's been sleeping on the floor this whole time. This should be quite the upgrade. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a huge improvement. His place is looking pretty great now. I think our groundskeeper, I think he'll appreciate all this. The day after, we turn our attention to the blacksmith's house and make a lot of improvements here, similar to the ones that we made in the groundskeeper's house. We're taking all the profits out of our shops anyway, so it seems like it's fair to only invest them into improving our townspeople's quality of life. Oh, our alchemist is so excited to have her shop open. She is running it, whether her sales counter exists or not. Or maybe she is just practicing to be a mime. I mean, that's cool. It's good to have a creative outlet. Then we turn to improving the citizen's house, the first two of our residents who moved in. Oh, that work of art's really cool. Is that a Pokeball? After a night's sleep, we shift our attention to the inn, improving the staff quarters in the basement. All right, yeah, this is really coming along too. Nice. So now that we've improved a lot of our houses and have really reduced the number of recipes that we have left, mostly to things that have goat horns as a required ingredient, we now turn our attention again to focus on acquiring the wood that we need to build our barracks where our guards will sleep. Slate, where are you? Slate is missing. I don't know where he is. So I guess we're gonna have to chop our wood ourselves, which is unfortunate because that's gonna take a lot of time. So since our merchant is not available to sell us the firewood that we need, we're just gonna have to gather it the old-fashioned way, using our own two hands and a lot of hours hard at work. 3 days later, and we've harvested the wood that we need to build the barracks at last, so that we can start housing guards to patrol and keep our town safe. And there it is, it's right across the street. Oh, it's gonna have a jail too. Good, so we can throw people in jail if they refuse to pay taxes. Great. Slate, he was at the inn. All right, well, I'm still able to buy things from him here. So let's get the firewood for sure. Linen wraps. I'm already like way over carrying capacity at this point. I've totally thrown out the idea of keeping our inventory in check at this point. I'm just trudging around town, somehow carrying hundreds of logs and stones on me here. Then we can use some of the materials that we just purchased in the barracks, so our guards will have comfortable places to sleep and hang out when they aren't on patrol. Then we're able to finish up all the furnishings in the bookshop, except for the ones for which you have to have goat horns. Because at this point, I'm pretty much just accepting that we aren't gonna have much of a way of getting those horns here in this playthrough. The shop's looking pretty good. Hope you enjoy operating it. Oh, the inn has a shower now. What, that water does not look clean. Yeah, I don't think I'd be up for showering in there. And here's our chef, Fresco the Magnificent. Sounds like quite the cook. He's gonna be cooking up all sorts of things, elaborate stews. The day after, we return to our barracks and continue to furnish it. Since we've completely given up on keeping our carrying capacity under a reasonable amount at this point, we're able to just haul around all our materials at once and complete any of the furnishings for which we have the right components. And this is allowing us to come pretty close to finishing upgrading a few of our houses. And pretty soon, we're also able to build the windmill, mostly using quarried stone that we've purchased from Slate. And this is an important upgrade to the farm. Nice, I think they really appreciate that. Okay, Jules, I know you enjoy this whole show over here, but it's time to build you a counter. There you go. Oh, she's still not actually using it. I am back again to spend a bunch of gold on you. During this process, we're spending a lot of money, so obviously, we need to make a return trip to our house to collect the rent and profits coming from our shops in town. Hey Hal, I am here to buy some iron, and I also need corundum, and using iron and corundum, we're going to build a jail. First we need to smelt this into ingots, and then we need to make a lock. I'm going to make a few. I'm not sure how many I need. And then we go to the barracks. And great, I think we now have built everything in here. All right, so our guards are now able to move in. Then we complete the rest of the recipes in the farmhouse. And with everything complete, we purchase the addition of goats and cows. Oh, here they are, the staunch protectors of our town. Hello, hello. We are happy to have you here. Okay, our farm's looking pretty great. We now have cows, and Slink is playing in the hay. Slink approves. The town is pretty close to completion at this point. The last major construction project, which we're now able to build, is the walls and gatehouses, which will be key in defending our town from the Thalmor. Okay, the citizen's house is now complete too. And so our town now has chickens. Our town now has a windmill. And of course, our town has fortifications. So Blackthorn is really coming together. We really only have a few projects left. One of them is the mine. We still have work to do improving the miners' quarters. I need some ingots to finish these up. Hello, Hal. Let me get some of your ingots. And let's get some more leather. All right, yes, our miners need a place to sleep. So this will be a nice upgrade for them. And we'll have the smelter and torches, so they'll be able to see, which also seems important. So that concludes everything they were able to construct here. Next day it's time to finish the furnishings for the blacksmiths. All right, the shop's looking pretty great. But even though close to everything else in the town is finished, we still have a lot of work to do on our own house. I guess let's go ahead and make a bedroom here on the first floor. I think I have stuff to do pretty much all of the recipes here. Pretty nice. And yeah, so this also, though, allows us to sleep here. So we don't have to travel across town the day after. We turn our attention to building our dining room. Table and chairs, we definitely need that. This sounds pretty nice. We're gonna have plants in there. Nice. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Then we have some time to build a few things in the foyer, including a lovely painting of Dragon's Reach, before turning in for our night's sleep. The day after, we make another return trip to Blacksmith Hal to restock on some of our building supplies. The merchant inside the blacksmith's house also has wood on sale, and we purchase bear pelts at our pelts merchant. And then it's time to turn our attention to the kitchen. We're gonna have storage for a bunch of different types of food. We'll definitely need our shelving in there, and the oven. That sounds good. Very nice. A lot of good stuff in here, and a fireplace. And again, we're just able to press a button to turn it on. So high tech. After another trip to Slate, who's still just hanging around the inn, we turn our attention to the hallway of our house. I'm focusing on the first floor of the house before I move to either the basement or the upstairs. Oh, we have a shelf of standing stones. And it says all the standing stones on it. Very cool. Whoa, okay, that lags so badly if I get up close. I don't know what's going on there. Wow, okay. We're going to admire it from over here. Then we improve the exterior of the house, including building a garden, building a stable, and purchasing our very own horse. Hello, horsey. Rogue. Pretty cool. So we can ride on him even if we're over encumbered. Which, oh, this is actually great. This actually allows us to get around town without having to take like 2 hours. Ride around town, see how everyone is doing. Our guard is patrolling. Excellent. This is so much easier now. Oh, let's go through our farm here. Nice, with the hay, the windmills, like right over there. Beautiful farm. Then after taking another sleep in the bedroom on the first floor, we turn our attention to the upstairs. Okay, so there's a whole slew of rooms to work on up here too. Let's do the bathroom. Oh, this mirror will let us change our appearance. All right, we make a bunch of these smaller items too. Plant, rug, let's add shelves. And we probably also have time to work on the bedroom too. Yeah, let's add curtains. All right, so here's the bathroom. Wow, that's like a hot tub. Oh, okay, the mirror is right over here. Let's just change our appearance. It throws it over to our character creation screen here. Well, that's kind of cool. And we have a shower. Then it's time to build the master suite. Nice, we're gonna enjoy sleeping in that. Beautiful chamber here. Hey, that bed's gonna be pretty great. Oh, excited to take our first sleep here. The next day, we grab our horse and head out into town. Hello, everyone. Hope you are keeping watch over our town today. Okay, so let's grab some more supplies. Hello, Slate. All right, let's get some straw. Now, I'm not sure if in this one trip I'll be able to pick up everything that we need to finish the house. All right, so the quest for upstairs improvements continues. Mannequins. Do we have to? I guess. They're moving. I hate mannequins in Skyrim because they move sometimes. Okay, I wish I had not put these here now. Can I kill them? Oh no, they're immune to shouts. Stop moving! Okay, freeze it. Yeah, freeze right there. Okay, all right. Those guys are terrifying. All right, I'm gonna go to sleep, and if I wake up and these mannequins have moved, that's gonna be a huge issue. Okay, looks like they're fine now. Slink, you keep a close eye on those guys. They are creepy, and if one of them so much as twitches a finger, you have permission to tear its heart out. Then we switch our focus to building the trophy room upstairs. Oh no, so to get to the trophy room, I have to pass some mannequins. Who needs a trophy room anyway? You know what, I'm gonna sleep in here instead. This room, I won't have nightmares if I sleep in here. From there, we build the children's bedroom. Maybe someday we'll have the kids to fill it. The next day, we make a trip to the forge in order to craft some hinges. Then we can make the doors and the wardrobe, so the upstairs is almost complete. Okay, I'm going to venture into the trophy room because the secret entrance is really cool and I want to try it out. No! Those mannequins are moving too. Let's just close that panel in the wardrobe then and leave it sealed forever. Then at last, it's time to move to the basement of the house. Okay, so we have an armory to build. I'm gonna skip the mannequins. Our armory is gonna be perfectly fine without them. All right, yeah, this looks pretty cool. I imagine there would be a lot of mannequins in here if we chose to build them. And we also add a blacksmithing forge so we can do our own crafting here without leaving the house. Nice, great. This is a cool crafting area and training area. Wow, it even has a vent. Very cool. The day after, we make the room for enchanting and alchemy, then make a final trip to Slate in order to buy glass. Yes, now that I have glass, I can construct this case. And I think that's everything, because I refuse to make more of the mannequins. So let's go ahead and hire our steward. Well, hey there, steward. Let me just check up here too. Goat horns, goat horns. Yeah, I think the house is finished. And so the town of Blackthorn is finally complete. there's just one finishing touch to make. Crafting lanterns that will light up the night and guide our townspeople through our town. Woo! Party central over here. Our survivors have united and have contributed to the effort of building our town here, and so the farm is thriving. Our mine is thriving, and both of these will provide the materials that our town needs as the economic hub of New Skyrim. But there's one final challenge that we now have to face, and that, of course, is the Thalmor attempt at conquering our new town. They've surrounded our town on 3 sides and are attacking us from each of our gates. And so now it's up to us, the guards, and any of the civilians who are going to choose to take up arms, to push them back and prove that Blackthorn will not fall. Okay, they're here. So, our guards will help out. Oh, and Rogue's gonna help. Yes. It's been a while, since I really engaged in combat much. So, I'm rusty here. Break out our punches. Let's break out those crits. Let's use all of our tools that we've used in the past to slay the elves. Some of these guys are pretty strong. You're level 23. Healing, healing, healing. Wow, we're held slow. So our horse is holding his own, it looks like. All right, you're down. This is the last one. Rogue's tanking him. Yes, there we go. So that is the first of the 3 groups of Thalmor. Okay, here's wave 2 now. Let's use the earthquake. Yes, that is power. Power in the voice. A little afraid of that Atronach. Okay, that wasn't too bad at all, actually. And then just these 2 guys. Again, though, some of these guys are pretty strong. They can do quite a bit of damage to us. We don't have our armor on, so that would explain how we're taking a good chunk of damage. Come on, no, the fireballs. There we go. Now just this last guy. Come here, come here. Yes, there we go. The takedown. Okay, but here's wave 3, the strongest and largest group of Thalmor, who already made it into town. I think it's neat. Is that there's someone who's down over there. Gotta power through these guys. Critical strike on chicken. Oh, this fight is actually being real tough. We need all our townspeople to help out. Wow, wow. Okay, we're taking a lot of damage here. I don't have many potions. You're down. Oh, don't hurt the child. Oh, she's... Okay, I think our kid's invincible. Great. So she's fine. Frost Atronach. Storm Atronach? That guy could be a serious issue. Storm Atronachs have range. Okay, I think maybe it's time. I think we gotta break out the armor. We have to get over to it, though. I've hidden it, trying to hang up the armor to live a life as a laborer in peace, but the Thalmor are not going to allow that. Okay, here's our armor and all our valuables that we stowed away here. Let's break them out. Let's break out the armor. The armor of gladiators is incredibly strong. Okay, here we go. Oh, I already feel so much stronger. I guess the Storm Atronach is gone, though. Who's that just walking around? Okay. Oh, there's so many guys here. Thalmor Wizard. Take him down. That's it. That's it. All the wizards are dead. The guards have triumphed. Congratulations to everyone. We worked as a team and showed the elves our town is here to stay, and so is Skyrim. You know, all these people, all our townspeople, all managed to survive the Thalmor apocalypse too. So in their hearts, in their core, they are strong. And so there is peace in the town of Blackthorn. Or, well, there's almost peace. Why can't I kill you? Die. Okay, here, I have a plan. Our mannequins here are going to serve some purpose after all. To hold our armor, so it's always close at hand in case those elves dare to show their faces around Skyrim again. As many times as they want to try, we'll be here to push them back.